You've been named not just one of the most powerful women in business, but also one of the most powerful women in the world, given the work that you do. How are you as a leader redefining power?
I think technology in a lot of ways has redefined what power means because technology has enabled us to communicate with people all over the world and to do so in a really scalable way. And we look at the opportunities for people to, like a small group, to build a product, and then for people all over the world to use it and to connect. Being a person who's able to create some of those technology platforms, it's really been an honor to be able to participate in that change.
What's the best piece of business advice that you've received?
Probably the best piece of advice I've gotten is not to be defensive when people give me feedback. I think a lot of times people give you feedback and we tend to want to deny it and think that, they're criticizing me, there's something there. But really what I've realized is that, especially as you get more senior in the organization, a lot of your job is to hear about all the issues and to hear about all the things that are not working. And so you really need to step back and not make it personal and really be willing to hear the feedback, whether it's about you or your organization or product or anything, and just accept it and listen and try to figure out how to make it better.
Leaders so often use their influence to drive change across multiple spheres outside of their day job. Mm-hmm. What do you think is the most underutilized tool that business leaders have today that can be better leveraged to engender change?
Definitely the fact that now we can communicate. And we have all these tools to communicate with people. We have social media, we have email, we have the web, and it's really, really easy for us to post and to communicate and to state our views. That has definitely been something that for us as leaders, we wouldn't have had, say 10 years ago. I think technology and that communication has really enabled us to influence and to communicate our views a lot more effectively.
You were employee number 18 at Google and obviously saw extraordinary growth. Navigating that journey, what was the toughest leadership lesson you had to learn through that growth?
Well, to not give up and also to have a vision of where you want to go. And when you put those two things together, you are able to get through a lot of different challenges. When I joined Google early on, the company had a mission, and the mission was to organize the world's information to be universally accessible and useful. And that's a really broad mission, especially when there are only 18 people. But that mission that Google still has today, and so when you feel like you're part of a team and you have something to get done that's really important, you can work through a lot of issues and you can work through a lot of challenges and make that happen.
If you were to write a letter to yourself of 20 years ago, what advice would you have given yourself at that point in time?
20 years ago was when I really decided to join the technology field. Technology was not as popular a profession as it is today, and we didn't have all the applications that we have today. As soon as I saw what you could do, I really fell in love with the field, but I was also just getting started, and so I think definitely I would encourage myself to continue with that field because I wasn't quite sure, but now I definitely know how much promise there was. And I think I would also just encourage myself, I think it's important to believe in yourself, and when you're young and you're just starting out, sometimes you're filled with, can I really do this? Believing in yourself and going forward and realizing sometimes they're just bumps in the road, but they're really just bumps. You move beyond them.